All right, it's that time again, time for another Sunday video. And I'm thinking some tips and tricks that I've never shown on my channel. Let's get to it. All right, finally the trees are starting to bloom. So today's video, we're not doing an overnighter, simply for the fact that I came across a bunch of information looking at my older videos, and I thought, why haven't I shown this? Why haven't I talked about that? So I want to go ahead and incorporate some tips and tricks that I've never shown before. Now, most will miss because they see the title and say, it's not an overnight, but this is important information. It's actually pretty cool. And moving forward, I'm gonna start showing this. So on that note, let's get to it. Now, before we get too far down the trail, I'm gonna go ahead and announce this right now. The Etsy store is open, and once again, my Etsy store is open. We got 100 Corporals Corner cold handle skillets dropping right now. That link is in my video description box. Check these out. We have my personal favorite, the Corporals Corner cold handle skillet, followed by the most popular Corporals Corner folding cold handle skillet. Last but not least, the Corporals Corner Frontier skillet. We have a welded pipe nub with a hole drilled on top of it for a threaded wing nut. Simply insert a stick. When you're done, take it out, toss it into the woods, put that in a haversack or backpack. It's a space saver from hell. These two models right here, we have about 2 or 3 weeks left on them, and they're going to be gone to make room for something else. So if you want one of these, get them now. 100 just dropped. Good luck. Now, this first tip and trick deals with live ammo. Now, I've shown something similar in the past. It comes from the old military manuals. You actually remove the actual copper jacket on here, and you pull the head off, dump the powder out, and then you use a piece of wire, kind of like you would for a saw. Find a log, saw it back and forth, get it nice and hot, take that hot wire, touch that gunpowder, and boom, it bursts into flame. And you can ignite your tinder or your bird's nest from that point. And it works perfectly. The reality is, who's walking around carrying wire with them? Someone's going to say, well, I always carry wire. Well, you're 1 in a million. The other 99.99999 infinity 9 of people do not. So if it came down to you needed something in a pinch to ignite your bird's nest and you didn't have wire, how do you do that? Well, gunpowder will ignite easily using a magnifying glass or a Fresnel lens or Fresnel lens or a sun lens just as fast. So our sun is in that direction over there. We're going to take our lens, focus that beam onto our powder. Just like that. And the exact same thing can be done with a compass magnifying lens. And there you go. So simple, it's stupid. We utilize the power of the sun and harness that energy to ignite the gunpowder. The one drawback is what? You have to be able to see the sun in order to use the sun. But it beats carrying some big ass roll of wire. It kind of ranks up there with, do I want to carry 2-pound rusted fence pliers or carry a Leatherman or a Gerber? We're going to pick this every time, first time every time. Why? Because it's lightweight and it's multi-use. Now let's go ahead and move on to shelter. We've shown shelters several times. We've shown different shelter configurations. We've shown how to set a shelter up, how to set a ridge line up. But the one thing I've rarely talked about, if at all, is the pitch of those shelters. Whether it be a diamond plow, which has 3 points of contact, and the open point facing upwards or outwards, or a lean-to, which has 2 points of contact. The degree of that pitch will determine the amount of rain or elements that gets inside. So you can still have a lean-to, which most people on YouTube that don't know, you scroll through the channels and it's damn near vertical like this, and they're sitting underneath it like this, holding a stick on a thumbnail, and things like this. That's going to block 0 rain. Usually setting it up between waist and chest height will give you about a 45-degree angle. You can still get underneath there, but laying underneath here does what? You're still going to get that wind, and that rain is going to come in this direction. But what if we changed it and lowered it down as low as we could to where you have to basically roll underneath there? That will cover probably about 90% of the elements from getting inside. We want to attach our ridge line at knee height. One end we have a bowline. It could be an overhand loop. I'm going to place it on here, pull a piece through, create a pocket, put that stick inside that pocket, and then simply pull it tight. And then lock it down. So once again, no need for fancy knots. All we're going to do is pinch a bite, put it through our grommet, and slide our toggle inside. Do the exact same thing to my opposite end. Same thing, place a bite through, and our toggle right there. Then do our standard trucker's hitch. We're going to twist it over, make a loop, lay that loop down, pull it through towards the tree. Then we're going to simply pass our other end through that, and we're going to pull it tight towards that tree and get this thing as tight as possible. Pinch, drape over, and pull through fast. So now we'll stake it out. We're going to pull down at a 45-degree angle, just like that. So again, down at a 45-degree angle. Gives it a small crease, which means that end's got to be tightened. Now the main point of this is to block as much of the elements as possible. I can hunker back in here. It's going to get kind of tight, and that shelter is actually on my skin. Now this is good and bad. It's good because I'm guaranteed the water is going to be off of me. I'm not even feeling the breeze or the wind at all right now. It's bad because of what? conduction. If it were cold outside, meaning below my body core temperature, simply getting that on my skin could pull the heat off of me. That's conduction. It's heat loss through contact of your skin, okay? That's why we have a ground pad and browse beds and things like that, insulation. But the lower you go, not only are you blocking more of the elements, we have a larger what? Shade pocket. That's another thing that always bothered me. Seeing people with A-frame style tarps that are 6 feet off the ground. You got this tiny little shade pocket and it's never where you want it to be. It's way over there because the sun's at an angle. Doing something like this guarantees your shade pocket's going to be right where you want it. And it's going to be the full size of your tarp. Now, this is a tight fit like I already mentioned. So what can I do in the back? I can find a log and actually tie the tarp to that log and give it that extra foot or so off the ground. Or if I have 2 other trees behind me, I can simply tie to the tree and raise this up so I can get back in here. Now, if I'm using a poncho, which I've shown several times, I can simply tie a cord to the hood and raise the center of this up. And there's no need to get a secondary log and tie it down to make up that space. You can actually pull it and it will give you that little extra 1.5 foot room. So this is a lot better. I got more room. I can lay on my back all the way to the base. Best part is I could probably get 2 bodies inside here with your gear. You're blocking between 80 and 90% of the elements, wind, rain, etc. And I'm utilizing 100% of that shade pocket. So once again, the lower you go, the better you are. This same theory applies to a diamond plow point. The lower you get that structure and fan it out, the more room you're going to have, the more shade pocket you're going to have, and the less elements are going to get inside there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. 2 takeaways from this. The lower the shelter profile, the larger your shade pocket's going to be, and most importantly, the shade pocket's going to be exactly where you want it to be. Now, that was 2. Let's go for 3. Now, those that watch my channel over the past couple of years, you've noticed I've done away with a ridgeline. I mean, we still use a ridgeline to hang a tarp, but I'm not going to carry a pre-made ridgeline because in my mind it's kind of pointless when I can just take 2 bites, shove them into my grommets, place the sticks in there like I just showed you, tighten it up, they roll away, and the thing is tight rope tight. And the best part is there's no gap between that ridgeline and that tarp. It's 100% secured. Now, the downside to that, what if your tarp doesn't have grommets? It only has loops. So I'm going to show you a way to hang your ridgeline and then simply take your tarp at a later time and hang it on there and it will be just as tight. What we're going to do is we're going to twist it towards itself and create a loop. Now pass that loop inside of itself. Once. Twice. Then we're going to bring these together and pull it down. Kind of resembles a prusik. Now taking that loop and our free end, I'm going to pass a bite inside there. And then we're going to cinch it down by pulling and pushing. Now, just like a prusik, I can slide it and it will bite. Pull this, and there you go. And there you go. 3 tips and tricks that you've never seen before on my channel. Now, like I said, I might start incorporating this kind of stuff into my videos, just showing different ways to do stuff. I'm just a firm believer in if you find one way to do something and it works all the time, no matter where you go, why do something different that could be potentially convoluting, calorie consuming, and become redundant, you know? But again, this is new information that's new for me and I've never shown before on my channel. What else we got going here? We have our last chance, May 16th. We have classes with myself, Jake Trent from Buckeye Bushcraft, and EJ Snyder from Naked and Afraid. Here are the dates. If you're interested in training with me, get on it. We have a few spaces left. The classes fill up, and then you're SOL till next year. So if you're looking to train with me, get her done. Finally, we have our skillet bag from Campcraft Outdoors. That link is also in my video description box. It will hold a 6x12 grill, and all 3 skillets fit in here securely with room left over for knives, spoons, forks, and even spatulas. So get yours today. The Campcraft Outdoors website and my Etsy store are both in my video description box. And this wind is getting out of control. It's actually getting worse as the day goes. So yeah, like I said, this microphone, I swapped it out. Hopefully you can still hear me. It's supposed to block the wind, but I played a few of these clips back and all I heard was so I'll do what I can to try to fix it, but no promises. Talked about the Etsy store. That's open right now. You got those 100 skillets in there. If you want that cold handle skillet or the folding cold handle skillet, jump on it now because we're making room for something else. Materials are already ordered, and every 3 months we're dropping something new to keep it fresh. And trust me, you're going to want this entire collection. Some are going to be head over heels, and some will probably have a stroke, but it is what it is. Just saying. On that note, let's go ahead and get out of here. With that, all the gear in my videos can be found in 2 places. 1, my Amazon affiliate page, and 2, my Etsy store. Both links are found inside my video description box. Now please do me that favor. Hit that like and subscribe button, then ring that notification bell. Once you ring that bell, please select all notifications. And as always, thank you for your comments, views, and support. Thanks for watching. Get out in the field, have some fun. I'm going to catch you next time. Just want to say one thing. God bless America.